Hello and welcome to another update video about Link. Link is still holding the orange support region here. The structure hasn't changed yet. To really clearly follow the yellow count, we need a break below $14.67. That hasn't happened yet. Let me take you through the structure here. The idea is that the market formed the 5-wave pattern to the upside into the March highs. Then we have this pullback, which we could consider wave 2 in the white scenario, as per previous updates. And we're watching for evidence that, for example, the third wave to the upside that should take us to $90 plus, that this third wave has started. Now that hasn't happened yet. In fact, it's actually the case that it might have happened, okay? So third wave might have started, but we only really get solid evidence if we get the first 5-wave move to the upside from the 13th of April low. So we need these 5 waves filled in. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. With that deep pullback into micro support, I have no confidence that we're going to get the 5th wave. I'm watching for it. If support holds, it currently still holds, then this is still plausible, a plausible scenario. But as I always say, this here can only be a diagonal pattern to the upside, the white count from the 13th of April low. And I don't trust diagonals. I don't trust them until they form a 5-wave move to the upside. And yeah, we don't have that 5-wave move to the upside yet. So we're still holding support, absolutely, but it's only a 3-wave rally from the low here. It's only a 3-wave rally from the 13th of April low. So really, to get more confident that indeed a substantial low formed here, it takes one more high to $20. If that happens like this, and it would be an ABC structure, I would call that again another wave 1, and then the pullback would be a wave 2. So that's essentially what we're dealing with here, but that's what I need to see as confirmation that this wave 2 bottomed. Until then, don't be surprised if support levels break. I've repeatedly stated that the structure from the low is problematic. Same for Bitcoin as well. I'm tracking upside until something breaks, but it's not that this is that these are great structures that we're dealing with at the moment. Okay, so it is on the smaller time frame important to be flexible, very, very flexible. And if we break below $14.67, which is for this 4th wave in white, okay, in the bullish count, the last reliable support. So if that level breaks, it only leaves me with the yellow count. The yellow count, the white count won't be invalidated, but it will become far less likely. It's always a question of which count currently adheres better to Elliott wave principles, guidelines, and so on. And the yellow count will adhere more to these guidelines, become the primary count if there is a sustained break below $14.67. I would then still pay attention to the trend line here, but it would be too deep for a wave 4. So that means we will likely then see the price come down to round about $10 in the yellow count, maybe even a bit lower. Then from down here, the price might reattempt another rally. Link has still plenty of space. So the way to measure a target for yellow wave C is to take the length of the A wave in yellow and to compare that with the C wave in yellow. And then the 100% extension is the first ideal target. And that points at the moment towards $10. We can calculate that more precisely should we get some clarity that we're indeed breaking down, which is a bit too early, because then I can put this as a wave 2 high, which is too shallow to be reliable. So it might go a little higher first in a more substantial wave 2 before we then come down. But at the moment, again, we're still holding support. So I just tell you the different scenarios so that you have a backup plan, basically, that you know what the backup plan is if we break below initial support. I think strategically, it's a good idea to keep it light at the moment with Link, and then so that you have some flexibility to maybe add later if the price dips into the yellow support region. I still have my grid bot running. I mean, the grid bot has been grinding this way up in recent weeks pretty successfully. And if there is a dip into the support area, it might just, again, continue to grind. as the price then recovers. Hopefully, I mean, I've got my stop, I think, below $6.89. So that's still running, and that's probably the best way to deal with this choppy sideways action, because not much happened in recent weeks, right? Pretty boring price action at the moment here in the sector on the smaller time frames. So yeah, I think it's just important to be aware of the levels. So what are the parameters that really matter now? Maybe in summary, we've got $14.67 as next key support level. If that level breaks, the white count becomes less likely. I'm not going to watch for another move to $20 until I get further evidence for it, but it will be less likely. And then rather the move down to $10 becomes more likely, but there will be a trend line in the way. There are two more support levels along the way, 12.76 and 10.66. Yeah, that's my update about Link. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.